Alright guys, hope you're doing well. I'm going to go through a couple of problems from 9.1, Monday's assignment, and hopefully it helps some of you out that are having some difficulties. Alright, so the first two, all we're going to do is we're going to work these out by expanding the exponent. So what that means is we're going to write everything out as a multiplication problem. So if you look, we're going to have it, all this here is multiplication. It's 3 times x squared, y5, 2x times x7 times y4. But what this directions are asking you to do is instead of putting x2, they want you to write x2 as a multiplication problem. So it looks like this. 3 times, instead of x2, that really just means we're multiplying x twice. Then we got y5, so we have 5 y's. Okay, so that's our first parentheses, and then our second parentheses is 2 7x's and 4 y's. That is our second parentheses, and then we're going to simplify. So to simplify, 3 times 2, we multiply the whole numbers, that gives us 6. Okay, and now we're just going to count the x's. How many total x's do we have? 1, 2, and then 7 more. So basically 2 plus 7, that's going to be x9, or x to the 9th power. And then we're going to do the same for the y's. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 y's and 4 y's. Together it gives me 9 y's. Okay, and that's all you're going to be doing for these two problems at the top. Alright, number 2, let's expand this out. So I like to expand the power on the outside first. That means we have 3 total of these parentheses. So we have 3a squared, and we have this 3 times 3a squared, 3a squared. Okay, and now we're going to expand each one. Sorry, I'm doing my video outside. You hear all the traffic going by my house. So let's expand the first one. So it's going to be 3 and then 2 a's. That's the first parenthesis. The next parenthesis is going to be the same thing. And it's all multiplication. So now we can simplify. I'm going to multiply the 3. So 3 times 3 times 3. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. And then we basically count all our a's. We're going to have a to the 6. Alright, let's move on to number 3. Finding the area. I did a comment earlier. The area of a rectangle is length times width. So essentially we're going to multiply the length. So here's my length and here's my width. So my length is 4 to the 3rd. So we're going to go area equals 4 to the 3rd for length times width, which is 4 to the 2nd. Okay, and then we're going to expand this out, or just kind of answer it. So area equals 4 to the 3rd, so that's 4 times 4 times 4. That's 64, and 4 to the 2nd is 16. Remember, exponents before we multiply, so we had to 4 to the 3rd first gives me 64, 4 to the 2nd gives me 16, and now we're going to multiply these guys together. Okay, since we're dealing with area, you always put it in units squared. Okay, we don't know the units, so that's why I'm just putting units squared. If it was inches, it'd be inches squared. If it was feet, feet squared. Okay, so right now it's just U squared because we don't know the units. All right. So let's write that out better so you're not too confused. So it's units squared. All right, same idea here. Find the area, but now we got variables. Same formula exists. Here's my length. Here's my width. So it's going to be length times width. Okay, so what we're going to do is distribute to solve this out. So if you recall, we're going to take this times this, and then this times this. Okay, most of you might be more comfortable if we switch this order, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go 3x first, because length and width, it doesn't matter the order as long as you're multiplying, and then 3x plus 2 second. And this looks like something you are more comfortable with, which means we're going to multiply this times this. We're going to distribute. So that's going to give me 9. 3 times 3 is 9. And then how many x's do I have? X times x, that's x to the second. And then 3x times 2. So 3 times 2 is positive 6. And then how many x's do we have? We have 1x. Okay. So looking at this, we cannot add these together because they are not like terms. So this would be my final answer. This is my area. And again, it's units squared. And we're done. Hopefully this helps, and hopefully you guys are doing well.